Bam.
Whoa.
Bam.
We're on the internet.
Bam.
That's crazy.
Bam. What is up, guys? Happy Friday and welcome to the Friday Bean. I already see new people. Ryan, is your name Ryan, or is this because I've known girls named Ryan, so I don't want to assume that. Let me know. But I've been following your comments. One thing that I did want to mention, guys, is if you comment on one of my videos and I reply and then you ask me a question, YouTube doesn't notify me that I've had another comment on that thread. I only get a notification for the first comment. So if you ask me a question afterwards, I try to remember to go back to videos, but if you're commenting on really old videos, I never think to go back and look from a year from now. So if you guys ever have questions for me, feel free to email me at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com. We usually only answer those like twice a week, and there's a lot of them. But if you're patient and you're fine waiting, it's either me or Mark who answers those. But guys, happy Friday. For all of our newbies, welcome to the Friday Bean. We do this every single Friday. I know that there's a lot of you who are new here because we've had some bangers and mash. That's our
bangers and mash. You're loud today.
Oh, am I? Should I quiet down?
No, just relax a little bit.
I'm too excited.
She's very excited today.
I'm very excited.
Pretty kitty.
He
is a pretty kitty.
We had coffee. For those who are new, this is Bubbers.
Large.
So today we're going to be talking about Instagram mistakes. Crap, I need Trello. I need my notes. I can do it on my phone.
No. Click a new tab and I will pull up Trello for you.
Okay.
Click a new tab.
A new tab. Okay.
Like you're not 100 years old.
Okay. And we'll make this work, guys. We'll do it together.
All right. There you go.
All right. We'll do it together. Okay. Yep. All right. There we go. Okay. I found it.
Now you can.
I got it. We're good.
Take this.
Yeah.
And we can drag
he fixes
it away.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Technology.
A couple quick things while we're waiting for everybody to get on the stream, because YouTube notifications tend to be slow. I noticed that there were a lot of questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, and that is going to become the intense topic of discussion over the next few weeks, because as you know, as of this upcoming Saturday, HAA enrollment period will be 1 month out, which means that
as of tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, Saturday.
Yes.
So June 14th to June 24th, that is our enrollment window. We only open it twice a year because it's just Mark and I. We are two people. We don't want to take in more than what we can handle. So yeah. If you have questions about HAA, because we told a couple of you to come to the stream if you have questions today, we will take care of those after we're done with the core content, because most people who are watching, they don't care about HAA. They just want to know the tips. So tips, and then you guys can ask us anything you want, whether it be about Instagram, Etsy, marketing, SEO. If you want to know about HAA, we can answer questions about that too. But if you guys are ready and you're ready to learn about Instagram, I'm ready to start dishing it out. So the first thing that I want to point out is that my Instagram for the alphas, because I have many Instagram accounts. I think I have 8 now.
A few of them.
Yeah, I've got a lot, and I'm about to start another one. So all of my Instagrams are all very different, and they all have very different industries, very different niches. They're all very different things, right? And I've noticed consistent trends among all of them, but there are also some inconsistent things. So what I really want to focus on today is social media growth, because what I'm noticing is I've been posting a lot of Instagram growth tips on my Handmade Alphas Instagram, which if you don't follow it already, it's just Handmade Alphas. And then in the comments, I always get a lot of the same things. This doesn't work. Instagram, when they changed the algorithm, now I can't get anything seen, and now it doesn't work anymore. And one of the number one things that I really have to stress to you guys is that is the most toxic mindset that you can have in business.
Yes, it's awful.
And think about that businessman from the 60s, the top businessman in his industry, the guy who's super savvy and he's got that perfect smile and he can sell anything. If you were to take him and put him in 2022, he would be useless.
Yes.
He would not be able to do anything.
No, you have to stay relevant.
You have to evolve with the times.
Yes.
Time will never stop. I know that it sucks, and we can think about the good old days and how things used to be easier and how now everything's so much harder because the algorithms have changed and they've gotten more advanced. The reason the algorithms change is because they have to be faster than the smarty pants bot creators and hackers who want to try to mess up our cool little ecosystem on social media and Etsy. So we have to be smart enough to adapt with that, because if we stand in place and we say, nope, not doing it, not going to change with the times, we're going to fall behind. And then you're going to end up like my great grandma, who I remember that story I told a couple weeks ago, where my mom gave my great grandma a remote to our TV because my great grandma waddled with a cane, and she would get up and waddle across the floor, and it would take her like 20 minutes to change the channel on our floor, our old floor, like in the cabinet 70s TV. Mm-hmm. And so my mom got her a remote and taped all the buttons other than channel up, channel down, volume up, volume down. And she's like, here, this, you can't mess this up. I have outlined how to do it. And my grandma was like, oh, I can't do that. I'll just mess it up. And she continued to get up and waddle across the floor until she started falling down and could no longer waddle across the floor. And the unfortunate thing is I see a lot of you doing the same thing. It's just the Instagram, SEO, Etsy equivalent of my grandma refusing to use the remote.
Yes.
So,
and don't be offended by that. It's every generation of people has their remote.
Yeah, exactly. Instagram is the remote.
The internet as a whole, for a lot of people that are over the age of like 45 right now, is, believe it or not, I know a lot of you are over the age of 45, and you've taken onto the internet. You're in the minority.
Yeah, my mom.
You are really in the minority. My parents barely know how to use the internet, and my dad ran a shop on building computers. He built computers for a living, and he barely knows how to use the internet now.
He's clueless because they didn't evolve with the time. So the fact that you're here and you're learning, that says a lot. And I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that you're taking this time. So let's go ahead. And first of all, I want to let you guys know that I follow a lot of you on Instagram. If you go follow me over at Handmade Alphas on Instagram, I'll try to follow you back. Sometimes Instagram doesn't tell me when people follow me. It'll say like, so-and-so and 10 other people followed you. And then like, if I click on that, I can go follow you all back. But yes. I do my best to follow you all. And I see the things that you post. And some of you are so freaking good at it. Some of you, I look at your feeds.
Yep.
I can't distinguish your feeds from like a
teeny bopper.
Well, yeah, a teeny bopper.
They're all really good at posting on the internet. Yeah,
teeny boppers are good at it. But I can't distinguish you from like a catalog or like a pottery barn. For example, Paula Haas, one of our HAA students, she is so far past being an HAA student now. She's running like a bombshell business over at Clean and Dirty. CLN &DRTY. Go check out her Instagram feed if you need some inspiration, because hers is beautiful. Magpie Mischief. We just interviewed Ani yesterday. That video posted. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, because Ani's feed is beautiful, and it is the reason that Etsy keeps featuring her. They keep featuring her in their picks, in their editors' picks, because she's so darn good at it. Some of you guys, though, I follow you, and I look at your posts and I'm just like, oh, honey, no. So today is going to be like the outline of the things that I've noticed. And I'm not calling on anybody in particular.
No, lessons learned.
There are no specific instances. It is, if you are doing this thing that I mentioned, please know that it's probably not you that triggered me to put this on the list.
No.
It's you and like 50 other people that I follow.
It's a few people.
Exactly. So, first thing is that on Instagram, you are not telling people what you want to be known for. I see this a lot. I'll go to your profiles because, believe it or not, if you follow me on Instagram, it's very likely that I'm going to go look at your profile. I'm going to try to figure out who you are. I'm going to try to figure out what you do. I'm going to try to figure out what you sell. I need to know right when I click on your account. What do you do? What do you want to be known for? What do you sell?
Yep.
A lot of the times I click on your profiles, and the main thing that I should be seeing is a bio that has keywords in it. So your actual Instagram bio and your tagline. For example, ours, our tools to grow on Etsy, is our tagline. And then Etsy SEO expert Starlin Mark teach you how to grow and market your shops on Etsy or something like that.
Something like that.
So Etsy SEO is a keyword. Etsy tools for Etsy growth. Those are some keywords that we use. Those, right when you get to my profile, you know what I am. You know what I do. You know the type of content I'm going to provide for you guys. With your businesses, you have to do the same thing. I need to click on your bio or on your Instagram feed and not just see like, picture of your breakfast, picture of your dog, picture of your kids, picture of your spouse, picture of the vacation you took, unless it ties in to your brand. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be completely impersonal. You should still be personal with your audience, but there has to be relevancy there. And we're going to talk about why here in just a few minutes. So making sure that you are optimizing your bio, your tagline, which is the bolder text that's like under your little profile picture. That's very important because that tells that tells Instagram what you want to be known for as well. If you started with like a personal account that had all of your, I don't know, like maybe you did like food blogging and you've got pictures of your kid's baseball game and all your pets, and 600 of your photos have nothing to do with your business, you should probably separate your accounts. You should probably try to separate things out because Instagram doesn't know what you want to be known for. Instagram is just like Etsy. There are keyword optimization opportunities with Instagram. Instagram is looking at your captions that you're putting on your photos. They're looking at the hashtags. They're looking at your bio. They're looking at your tagline on your bio. And they're trying to figure out, who do we show this person to? Who do we show this type of content to? Instagram is willing to show you to your target audience, right? Especially in the Explore tab, in your Reels. Is he being spicy?
Yes.
Does he need
Do not attack the dog.
Does he need to go upstairs?
If he doesn't stop, yes, I'll take him out.
Okay. But Instagram is trying to figure out what you want to be known for, just like Etsy does. And when you are sending Instagram mixed signals, or if you suddenly decide that you're going to start posting products on your personal Instagram, you're confusing Instagram. They don't know who to show you to. So we want to make sure that we're catering our accounts both to our target audience who's seeing it and trying to figure out what you're all about, and the algorithmic side, the computer that's looking for words that build some form of consistency so that they know how to categorize you and who to show you to and what type of interests you're trying to appeal to. Do you need to put him away?
Yeah, He's trying to be adventurous for the sake of being annoying.
When he hears us talking, he gets upset that he doesn't get to be involved, and then he starts messing things up.
Play.
Yeah. Next thing, you're using too many highly edited photos. Highly edited, not like you go into like Lightroom or you put a filter on it or you brighten it up. That's not what I mean. I mean photos that are like a crazy background with a bunch of text on it, with, crazy graphics and sparkles, and, every single thing that you generate is like you've cut your product out and stuck it on a different photo. You know what I mean? Like overuse of Canva, and you're not posting pictures of your products in natural environments, lifestyle photos of, if you create jewelry, I want to see people wearing it. I want to see it on a beautiful flat lay. I want to see if if you sell candles, I want to see that candle lit next to like a nice pile of books. One of my favorite accounts to follow, and it's also a business that I've shopped from, is The Bookish Box, which is where my Crave order's coming from. The Bookish Box, they have a beautiful feed. They do like book subscription boxes and candles and, just things around fantasy books. Go look at their Instagram. And the number one things that you're going to notice are beautifully styled photos, a very consistent color palette, and a very consistent filter. You can look at their feed. You automatically know what it's about. It's beautiful. And it doesn't take that much effort to do this. We all have that craft store that has like the bargain bins of fake floral, craziness and trinkets that you can sprinkle around to take a beautiful aesthetic photo of your products, depending on obviously what that product is. But even if you sell something like a digital product, print some out yourself. If you do like a digital chore list, print it out yourself, give tips, give value, which is our next point. Is provide value to your audience. Nobody's going to follow you just to be nice. Nobody's going to follow you just for the sake of, of doing it to be kind to you. I will.
Oh, I bought a thing, I'm going to follow you.
Right. I'll follow you to be nice, but that's That's not why you want your audience, your target market to follow you. There needs to be value there. So on top of your products, what other bits of value can you provide to your audience? If you sell jewelry, can you create a beautifully aesthetic feed that you click on it and you feel like you belong in that brand planet, as I talk about? The Bookish Box, for example, they sell really cool versions of books. They take like books and do special editions of them. But you can't read I can't go and read that book, that I'm only seeing a book cover, but they're still able to provide value to me because I look at their feed and I think to myself, this is beautiful. I would love to see more photos like this and get more ideas on books. If you are selling candles, for example, you could also use that as an opportunity to teach what different scents do to the human brain. Why is lavender a calming smell? You can use it to educate them. You can talk about how to properly trim candle wicks. There's so many things that you can do. If you create handbags, you could do photos of, different people in different outfits modeling the handbags and talking about, how to wear and pair your handbag with your outfit. There is so much that you can do, but you have to figure out what your unique value point's going to be. What are you going to do other than just shove products in their face? So it's not just about shoving products. It's also about creating value.
Try to hold the questions until we get to the end of it. That way we can answer everybody in order. Your questions will end up disappearing by the time we actually get to them.
We won't go too long on this topic because
we've already covered the big stuff for the most part.
Yeah. Another one is creating meaningful discussions in your captions. So one of the biggest things that I see from a lot of the people that I follow on Instagram, the Etsy shops, is that you'll take your caption and you'll focus too much on keyword optimizing it. And there's no way I can reply to it, which is what you want people to engage with your comment. And I will look and you'll post, a picture of, a necklace, and it'll look like you took your Etsy title and copied it and pasted it.
It's just SEO spaghetti down in your in your feed.
And it's so confusing. And I'm not going to comment on that. You haven't asked me anything. You
haven't given me a reason to want to interact with it other than looking at the picture that you posted and then scrolling away.
Exactly. When it comes to your products, you have to be able to engage and get people to engage. And we only get a very little tiny bit of our caption shown before they have to click see more to expand out the full caption on Instagram. You almost have to treat your first little bit that they can see as a newspaper headline that's going to cause them to click the rest of it. So, maybe it's you post a photo of a jasper necklace and your first bit of your caption says something like, have you ever wondered what the healing properties of jasper are? I'm just talking.
Whatever.
I'm talking out my butt right now, but you get the point. You promote that little bit of curiosity where they're like, no, I don't know what the healing properties of jasper are, but I want to know. And then they click to expand out. And then maybe under that you say, have you ever had any experience with jasper? Share your comments in your comment below. There's so many things that you can do. You can ask questions. Hey, I'm making a new line of, what am I thinking? Essential oil car diffusers. I have 2 ideas. Tropical mango or warm vanilla. Which of these 2 scents do you like the most? Comment below. It inspires people to engage, and engagement is what you want on any social media platform. Engagement is important because that's how Instagram knows that, okay, this person's interested in whatever it is that you're doing. So we should show more of this type of content to this person. Other thing is that you're not being consistent. And as I've said so many times before, if you are sitting around and you're like, oh crap, I haven't posted to Instagram today, I need to do that. You're already behind. Tell them what I do for my Instagram posting content. How I actually post it. Am I sitting here posting on Instagram every day? Am I sitting here posting my photos every day?
No. She plans everything out so far ahead, it's not even funny.
I sit months ahead with my Canva account I will decide, what do I want to teach on this week? What do I want to focus on this week? And
you have to plan ahead.
You
will go insane if you don't plan ahead.
You'll never be able to keep up with it. If you decide,
We've been there. I mean, ask us how we know.
Yeah, and I am that way on some of my accounts. The account for my book that I wrote, my sci-fi book, I'm very inconsistent on that right now.
Yep, haven't posted in a while.
No, I did like 2 days ago, but that was the first one in a while. Because I don't have my content schedule for that page right now because I'm focusing on other things.
Don't have time for it right now.
Well, with 8 accounts, you know.
No freaking way.
But on my Alphas Instagram, which is my primary one, my content schedule goes out months in advance. I make sure that I plan that out. I use a scheduling app. I make sure that I am appealing to different content pillars, which means what am I going to provide, what value, what am I going to focus on? You guys can do the same thing. You guys can plan out your content ahead. You can choose Wednesdays. I am going to only post, a motivational quote. Thursdays, I'm going to showcase a singular product. Fridays, I'm going to post a lifestyle photo. Saturdays, I'm going to do a poll every Saturday where people can decide, which pendant do they like more. You can create your own content pillars, and it makes things so much easier when okay, every Saturday, I just need to make a poll. I need to pick 2 of my products and ask my audience which they like better, or 2 work in progress photos. There are so many things that you can do, but you have to plan it ahead because you'll never be able to keep up with it otherwise. It's so nice to just sit for a day and plan it all out, or 2 days. Usually takes me 2 days, to just do it in 2 days and then not have to touch it. All I have to do is go back and reply to comments. Like I don't even have to think about it. Other big thing is a lot of you are treating your Instagram feeds like it's a paper shopping magazine. That's not it either. That's not the goal either. You're not just
balance.
Yeah, you're not just taking your product photos.
Buy this.
And saying, here is my Jasper necklace. Purchase it on Etsy. And then you try to throw in the link to the listing, except you can't click links in Instagram feeds. So it's just a big string of a giant URL that nobody can click on anyway. And you can't copy captions on Instagram either. So nobody can copy it and paste it into their search bar. And
it's doing nothing for you to do that.
It's not doing anything. So it's better for you to start a meaningful discussion, asking a question, educating them on, for example, the type of gemstone that you're using, your creative process, what were you doing when you created it. Today it was chilly outside, so I decided to crochet this really nice hand knit blanket because it reminds me of chilly mornings with my grandma. Share a memory of your grandma below. And if you're interested in this blanket, it's currently listed in my Etsy shop, link in bio. I gave them a call to action. Mm-hmm. I shared something meaningful. I asked a question that could inspire engagement. That I just hit 3 of the things that we've talked about, and I just made that up in my head. It's not that hard, but you do have to get in the habit of doing it because the habitual part is what is going to make it easier. If you find yourself struggling right now, I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yeah, it really does.
Do it for a month. If everybody would just schedule out their content for 1 month, I promise you will be so addicted to it, and you'll be so addicted to just having it planned out that you'll do it all the time. It'll become a part of your natural workflow. Next thing is, you're not being consistent with your keywords. So once again, when you're writing your captions, when you're picking your hashtags, you want to make sure that you are choosing some keywords that you want to be known for. So for me, obviously, I'm talking about Etsy sellers, Etsy SEO, Etsy business, Etsy boss, whatever. And it's even harder for me because Etsy sellers aren't around shopping for Etsy coaches on Instagram, so the fact that I'm able to do it, you guys can totally do it because people are on Instagram looking at things they want to buy. They are looking at gift ideas. They are looking at necklaces. They are looking at candles. They're looking for those aesthetic things that are going to inspire them to make a purchase. You're not just marketing, you're inspiring them. You're trying to trigger something within them that makes them feel whatever the aesthetics of your brand are. And if your brand doesn't have aesthetics, if there's no consistent vibe or feeling, then that's what you need to work on, which I wish that Brand Planet was the webinar that we're doing for this launch. It's not. It's Climbing the Mountain.
Yeah, we're doing Climbing the Mountain for this one.
Brand Planet's in December. They could so benefit from Brand Planet right now. Maybe we'll do a poll.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, consistency. Next one is you don't have a clear call to action in your post. And it doesn't need to be buy my thing. It can be, like.
More often than not, it shouldn't be buy my thing.
Yeah, because if they're interested enough, they're going to go to your bio and look for your thing anyway. Yep. You should focus more on that engagement. That way they keep seeing your content, because if they get curious enough, they know how to go to your profile. They know where your link should be. It should be in your bio. They know how to do that. But by asking them to engage, to like, to share it to their stories, to comment, to save it. Saving is the best thing that they can do. That little save feature that they have on the, it's on the far right of your content. When you post, that's the thing that I use the most. Is I ask you guys hey, here are 5 tips about selling on Etsy. If you found this to be useful, be sure to click save. Save is the #1 way to engage on Instagram. If you like that content, be sure to save it. But asking your audience to save for later, save so you don't forget, save for later shopping, save for, your Christmas shopping. There are so many things that you can do. Oh, next time you have a birthday coming up, save this so that you don't forget. There's so many ways to word it. Next one is you don't engage back with your comments. Engage with every single comment and don't just heart all of them. I only do that if I am so freaking busy that I have no possible way to comment. I'll go through and heart things. But for the most part, you want to comment back. Even if you're just commenting with a smiley face or thank you with a heart, comment on every single thing. That is the #1 thing that's helped me to grow on Instagram, is just engaging. Talk to people. Comment on their posts. If you see your target market, your target customer, whoever it may be, and they post, I don't know, a picture of their dog, comment and say, oh, I love your dog. What's his name? They're going to remember you as being that brand who engaged with them in the past. So make sure that you're engaging, because it also tells Instagram that you two are friends, and therefore they should make sure that they show more of your content to that person. And the last one is, does your feed right now entice your target customer to follow you? If I were to go to your feed right now, if I were your target customer and I would go there, would I feel enticed to follow you? Have you given me a reason? Is your feed aesthetic, or is there something clear that I could learn from you? Nobody's going to follow you to be nice. People are selfish. People don't care about you. They don't care about your business. They don't care about, how cool you are. They are in it for themselves. They want to know what's in it for me. And if there's nothing in it for them, they're not going to follow you. There are plenty of brands who do a fantastic job of doing this without, putting a bunch of quotes and things in their posts. ℂ𝕠𝕝.
Oh my God, dude, their feed is amazing.
ℂ𝕠𝕝 watches. ℂ𝕠𝕝𝕟. ℂ𝕠𝕝, I believe. They're a German watch company. Yes. They do wooden watches and stone watches. I bought from them because their Instagram feed is so beautiful.
And they're amazing. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a story.
Yeah, they do beautiful product photos. They do beautiful nature photos that are probably stock. I think they feature other photographers' work. And they have this balance. But you go to their feed and you feel it. You know what they're all about. They're about nature. And it's not just about seeing their cool watches. It's about experiencing the photos that they share and being a part of their aesthetic. So right when I get to your feed, I should know what that aesthetic is. I should be able to understand it. And if you're just all over the place and, you have no idea what your aesthetic is.
And neither does anybody else.
And yeah, neither does anybody else. And your feed isn't going to inspire action. And that's what we want. So
couple other bonus tips. I know we're kind of at the end right now, just because I spend a lot more time on the engagement part of social media than you do. Responding to shit posters. A lot of you might not know what that is. There are people that literally get enjoyment out of making you angry. They spend their hobby is getting on the internet, commenting something negative. They're trolls, and they get a kick out of you responding. Best case scenario is just to delete them, block them, get them to not be able to respond to your content. Engaging with them makes it worse.
And it makes you look bad.
It's like engaging with the bully. It's not what you want to do. And they're going to win. They're going to win because their goal isn't to be right. It's to make you mad. They're going to win. Ignore them. Now, that doesn't mean that you should shove off honest criticism. That's not necessarily a good thing to do. If somebody has a legitimate criticism, maybe responding in a positive way or even taking their advice. Maybe you're doing something wrong. Not everybody's perfect, right? There was another one that I had and my brain just totally lost it. Yeah, well, I'll get back to it if I need to.
And the other big thing is I know that I've seen a lot of like the bot comments because it's basically bots that if you use specific hashtags, they'll comment on every single post that uses that hashtag. Make sure that you go in and like delete and report those. It only takes a second to do. It's really annoying. It happens no matter what industry you're in. My book Instagram, like I constantly get like, promote it on writers, blah, blah, blah. Send pic on IG market. Like it's nonstop. All you've got to do is select the comment. You get like a little exclamation point up in the top right. Click that, hit report, say it's spam, and then block the user. And you're going to be stuck doing that forever unless you block the words that they're saying. But they're getting so smart now with the terms that they're using.
Yeah. And a lot of them are automatic. If you block them, if you block a term, it'll automatically switch whatever the term is and immediately comment back on your feed again.
Yeah. So that's a daily thing for me. A couple Instagram like people I've noticed, a couple of the accounts I follow, they comment back on them and they say no thanks. And I don't know if that helps your engagement, but I will say that it doesn't look very professional to see a feed where somebody has just commented no thanks on all the bots.
And the thing is, a lot of bots work in a way that if you reply to them, they instantly reply back. It's like email spam bots back in the day. You'd get an email, you'd respond to it, tell them to leave you alone, and then you'd get 15 emails from a bunch of different ones. And it's the same thing like with telephone spam calls. When it say hit 1 to speak to a person, and you think you're going to tell them to take you off the call list, when really what you're doing is consenting to them selling your phone number to a million other people.
Yeah.
So
it's best to just hang up.
It's best to just hang up or just not pick up numbers you don't recognize to begin with. But yeah, we can go ahead. If you guys have questions, go ahead and I know there's a couple questions up here. They shouldn't be deleted yet. I'll go up to them. Charlie, your comment, I know you're doing that, but your comment didn't show up. Your question.
Oh.
So you probably used a word that's banned.
Oh, guys, I forgot we should have mentioned this at the beginning. If you use the word Instagram, you have to use a different word for Instagram. I usually just say like avocado or pomegranate in place of Instagram because I had to block the word Instagram on my YouTube chat.
Because we did a video about Instagram and we're literally getting 50 to 60 spam comments a day. I got my Instagram account back by following Starbutt64.
Starbutt.
Yeah, it was literally that stupid the whole time.
We've got just so many comments that we had to block the word Instagram.
Yes.
But if you replace the word Instagram with the name of a fruit, and we will know that you're talking about Instagram.
I'll forget in the next 10 minutes, but
someone will be asking about apples and he'll be like,
what in the heck are you talking about? Last week and this week I posted reels every day and they've been doing really good. I tried doing the same kind of tags on each one and it's working? ? Is it working?
Yeah, I think that it just depends on how saturated the hashtags are. I will say that Instagram CEO said that if you're going to use, your hashtags, make sure you're not copying like your exact hashtags and posting those on every single post. Mix them up a little bit, even if you're just, kind of shuffling them. Because Instagram's algorithm is able to recognize when you're just copying and pasting the same hashtags. Now you might be seeing traffic from it, but maybe that traffic would be better if you mixed them up, So try to mix up your hashtags. Instagram can recognize when you're just copying and pasting.
I think we did cover this. Sorry if this has already been covered. Should I delete my old account that's no longer relevant before I changed my business?
That's up to you.
It's totally up to you. If you're not using it anymore, there's no reason not to.
I was going to say it can be hard to separate out. I just separated my personal I had Starla K more on Instagram. That's where most of you guys follow me. I have almost 5,000 followers there. And then I just created one for the alphas because my personal one, I talk about my book, I talk about my pets, I show behind the scenes. And then I was like, okay, this is getting too personal. I need to let Instagram what I want to know, what I want to be known for. So I created the new account in like February. It's already got almost 1,000 followers.
I remembered what the other one was.
Oh,
something that really annoyed me. We covered not doing personal things on the Instagram accounts, and this is one that I see a lot of businesses do that drives me nuts, and it's primarily print on demand shops and shops that do print companies and things like that. Politics. Keep politics away from your shop.
Unless your products are political.
Unless your products are already political. This includes memes and things that you think are funny, stuff like that. Avoid the politics because your business isn't political. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum. We don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. The moment you post something making fun of the other side, you are alienating half of your audience. You are removing half of the audience that will no longer talk to you, respect you, interact with your content. Please, for the love of God,
keep it on your personals.
Keep it on your personals. And if you're going to do that, even keep your personals private where no one other than your friends can see it. Don't associate politics with your business or you will ruin half of your audience. They won't think it's funny. They might even comment on your stuff and blast you. So it's better to just avoid politics altogether. Unless you're already printing political stuff and that's what you're known for, that's totally fine. But like if you're a little mom and pop print shop and you start posting like I hate so and so's an idiot, blah blah, like that, there goes half your audience. So just remember that half of your audience doesn't believe the same thing as you.
What's funny is you guys think I think a lot of you think like our political standpoints.
You don't. I can guarantee none of you can guess it.
Nobody will ever know Mark and I's political standpoints or religious standpoints ever. Nope. And we will always keep you guessing because it's nobody's business what your political standpoints are when it comes to your business.
We're weird anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. So just, yeah,
keep it. And you should be the same way. No one should know what your political opinions are. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. It might get you a couple of sales while it's popular, but as soon as it dies off, especially like during election times, you might make a couple extra grand. But as soon as that wears off and those people have already come and bought from you, the other half of people are going to ignore you or block you or whatever else because they don't like you now.
But this doesn't apply to things like supporting war in Ukraine.
No. That's totally fine.
Like supporting Ukraine is fine. You just have to think about. You have to think about what the majority are doing, and I always look at what the big businesses are doing. I'm like, if the big businesses are doing it, then it's usually, something that my business should also support.
What the fuck's good? There's a reason why voting is kept secret. There's a reason why your specific data isn't told to people.
That's
100% agree with that. And then your Mormon Trump supporters, you'll never know what we are.
Mormon Trump supporters.
It's none of your business what we are. But yes, keep the politics out of your shop. Keep things friendly. Interact. Yeah, we'll get somebody. A couple people had some very specific questions that were pretty good, but we'll get to those when we get down to them. We've got a good catalog of questions here, and we got plenty of time. Marina. What value can I provide with jewelry? It's hard to sell an item which is luxury as opposed to an everyday need.
You have to tell me what type of jewelry it is. Jewelry isn't what you sell. You don't sell jewelry. You sell a type of jewelry. I am wearing a piece of jewelry right now that has my dog's ashes in it.
Yes.
This is a different piece of jewelry from a diamond necklace that a husband gives to a wife on a 10-year wedding anniversary. This is a different piece of jewelry than a big, large resin statement piece that you wear to a rave. This is a different piece of jewelry than a rosary. You sell it. When anybody tells me I sell jewelry, I immediately my brain like disassociates because you don't sell jewelry.
You sell a specific kind of jewelry to a specific kind of person.
Exactly. Who's your target audience? I'm more concerned with who that is.
Yeah, and because we can't tell you what kind of value your jewelry can provide to those people if we don't know what those people are missing or they need.
And you get to create the message behind your brand.
You do. We go over that in HAA.
We do.
Question about...
Good. Nice pitch there.
Nice pitch.
Nice selfless plug.
Nice selfless plug. It was not selfless. We sell the HAA.
You're right. Selfish. Selfish plug.
Or the HHA, some people like to refer to it as.
If you guys have questions about HAA, you can totally ask those as well. I forgot to mention that.
The HHA, the Handmade Academy.
The Handmade Academy.
I found that question about Canva, I found that my followers dropped when I was putting up posts. What can I do? I'm assuming they mean that they were posting from Canva. Like they used Canva to schedule their posts. Because you can schedule from Canva, I believe.
Denise, can you be a little bit more specific on that? Did you start losing followers when you were scheduling from Canva, or were you using Canva designs on your feed? You might have been overdoing it with the Canva designs. Canva's great, but just make sure that you're not over editing everything that you post, because I've also seen people who they over edit everything. Feel free to be a little bit more specific.
Ryan had said you're giving them so many ideas. Agreed, not having plans. OMG, also stoked for your book to come out, which means she hasn't been doing a good enough job posting because her book came out
December. It's available.
6 months ago. It's available.
Just search the channel Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕒
on any of your favorite book platforms, and it's there.
It's even on Walmart.com.
It's on Walmart. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can order it. Best thing you could do for us would be to order it through Barnes & Noble directly, go into the store and request it. But yeah.
It's everywhere. You can Amazon Prime the paperback.
You can.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have heard that my account should not just be my products and that we should have a good bit of personal things. So has this changed? It
hasn't changed. Your personal needs to tie into your business. If, for example, Amber Marie, great example of this. Amber Marie sells pet portraits. She draws dogs of, a lot of crazy breeds that you wouldn't normally be able to find merchandise for. Sure, her slogan is no breed left behind, right? And she does agility, and she went to Crufts, and she does crazy dog training, and she does all these things with her dog. And Amber she doesn't just do things with her dog. Amber isn't just 100% life is just dog. Amber and I run a vampire romance podcast together, but she doesn't talk about that on her business page, right? She talks about the things that are related to dogs. So she's talking about her personal life, but she is being very intentional with what she shares from her personal life. Once again, with the alphas. Yeah, I don't just sit and record YouTube videos all day. That's not what I do. I don't just do things with my planner. I don't just do business stuff. I do other stuff too. We just watched anime this morning. I don't talk about that though on my Instagram. That's not the personal life that I'm sharing with you guys, because it's not adjacent to my business. You have to choose things to share with your audience that also connect back to your brand in some way. So you're being personal, but you have to ask, am I posting this because I want to post it? Or am I posting this to serve someone? Before you click post on anything that you post on Instagram, I want you to ask yourself, who is this serving? Who is this serving? And if the answer is yourself, then it should probably go on a personal account, not your business account. It needs to serve someone.
Yes. I like to cover the Academy questions when I get to them because, I've got to eat. Is there anywhere where I can find categories of lessons for the Academies?
Yes.
Starla, dear, where can they go?
You can you go to handmadealphaacademy.com and just get the page? Yeah. So HAA is a 9-module program, but every module has
just this one?
No, that one.
Yes.
Every module has a different topic of discussion. You'll get to learn the specifics of module 1, this content, module 2, this content. That will all be on the actual enrollment page. But if you go ahead and paste it in the chat.
Yes.
The waiting list page also has breakdowns. I just
open this in a new tab. I just posted in the thing there. You can go to that and it's got info.
Yeah. I don't think I have it labeled by module, but all the things that you're going to learn, other than the bonuses that we're working on right now that are going to be going in there. It should all be on that page, but feel free to ask specific questions. If you really need to know, specifically, do you teach this? Then I'm happy to answer that too.
They said, you're pro-wolf. We're pro-animal because humans can help themselves and animals aren't smart enough to.
We were just talked about this, about how like when we can watch like a movie where like a person gets gutted, you know, and then if somebody
whatever.
If somebody hurts an animal, it's like, oh no, I don't want to watch it.
It's the whole premise of John Wick.
Oh God, yeah. The only reason I like
I'm not even mad about him. Like, I see what they killed your dog, bro. Go get him.
Yeah.
Do it.
I can only watch the movie knowing that Keanu's gonna kick some butt after the poor puppy. Fast forward past the part with the puppy.
I actually have written captions like that and ask questions and try to give people something to respond to, but it feels like no one reads them. I mean, that's kind of how it is for a while. You've got to build with your audience, and over time, they'll learn to interact.
Yep, and maybe it's not that they aren't interacting enough with you. Maybe you should spend some time interacting with them. Maybe you should comment on their posts for a little while and see if that drives them to come interact with you. Maybe it would be a good place to start by spending time commenting. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes Mark logs into the Handmade Alpha account and he replies to comments.
I don't do anything.
He replies to Instagram comments on, or he replies to Instagram posts.
It's not true. I don't do that.
So
it's all her. I'm just the tech guy. Good question here.
Okay.
But if the trends change or the theme is off topic, do you still leave the post even if it was set to post after a month? Oh, such a frustration to plan ahead. Themes and things don't change so fast and so frequently that should matter often enough that it's a big enough inconvenience to you. Maybe every once in a while, like there's a particular meme or some kind of style comes into play. Styles don't come into play and then expire after 30 days.
And if they do, they're not really worth you making products based on them?
No, or theming posts based on them.
And okay, so let's say that something sudden happens in the news that's kind of like funny. And you want to create like some piece of content that makes, pokes fun at that. For example, when the last season of Game of Thrones came out and there was a Starbucks cup in the background, there was this,
I remember that.
There was this company that did an ad that I saw in my timeline, and it had like a coffee cup with a circle around it, and it said, even like the biggest companies make mistakes. I thought that was such a cool ad, and they pushed it out like the next day. You can absolutely be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Weird.
Proactive. You can keep an eye on these things and toss out a piece of content that you didn't schedule. But the things that you schedule, there shouldn't be anything that is so fleeting in the trends that it's no longer relevant. If you have something trendy that you want to post in the moment and be witty, you can totally just post that in the moment. But for the most part, the content that's going to be like your breadwinning content, that should be the stuff that you schedule out.
It's a good one that we get a lot that I think is a pretty legitimate thing. I'm worried that I'll be too spammy. I mean, first thing, it's your page, right? Like, your audience is going to like what you do. Second of all, especially if you're planning content out, as long as not every single thing that you post is trying to sell something, there's the chance of you being able to schedule enough content out that isn't actually spammy is pretty low. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. I mean, if you're posting like 30 things a day, yeah, but who has the time for that?
One post a day.
Yeah, one post a day, more than enough. You could even on Saturdays, if you wanted to do like a special post on Saturdays, do an extra one. Fine.
No, spammy. Do you guys go to Coca-Cola's Instagram? Go to Starbucks Instagram.
And all they do is sell things to you.
Is Coca-Cola spammy because they only talk about Coca-Cola? Are you like, oh, I hate following Coca-Cola?
Now, however.
They're so spammy. Like, oh yeah, like canned spam.
Even canned spam, their account isn't spammy. I bet their account's funny.
Probably.
I can almost bet their account's funny.
It's not spammy. You're a business owner. Nothing you do is spammy. What's spammy is if you go and you message everybody and you say, thanks for following. You can find my shop here. Like, that's spammy. You posting on your feed about your business because you are a business page, that is not spammy. That is you being a business owner. I want everybody to take, once again, we're gonna Dumbledore that phrase out of your head. You're gonna pull it right out. No more spammy. That's not a thing. You're only spammy if you are spamming. Posting is not spamming. Messaging people is spamming.
I'm definitely trying hard to be better about interacting with my Etsy account. I got bad for a while about only scrolling my personal feed.
Are you using Instagram as a consumer or as a business owner? A consumer is someone who sits and they
scroll along.
Same with TikTok. If you're sitting there watching, you think I sit and watch TikTok videos? I don't have time for that. You know, that's using a social media platform as a consumer. You need to be using it as a research tool. You are going to spend your time wisely by looking at people within your target audience, identifying the hashtags that they're using, looking at the types of photos that they're posting. What are people responding to in your competitors', accounts? That's how you use your time wisely. And guess what? If you sit on the toilet for like 10 minutes a day, which most of you do, that's a perfect time to do that stuff. What else are you doing? You're sitting on your phone. I know you are. Most of you are sitting on your phone on the toilet. Some of you are probably doing it right now. There's one person watching this feed who just got real weirded out because they're on the toilet.
Shout out if you're on the toilet.
Shout out if you're on the toilet.
Let us know. Little poop symbol.
But seriously, if you're sitting on the toilet, what else are you doing useful?
Sitting on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet. You can do work while you are using that time.
Yes, don't drop your phone in the toilet. Hold it further out.
Yeah, well.
Don't hold it here and then stand up with it and drop it in the duty.
Sound like tiny thigh problems to me.
Tiny thigh problems.
My
I don't have that problem.
My thighs have saved my phone multiple times from injury.
I've got the legs of a Greek god.
Yeah, don't use Instagram as a consumer. You're not a consumer. You're a business owner. Make sure you're using your time wisely.
That's another good one. My shop started as one-of-a-kind, but I later shifted to book-themed collections. I still have one-of-a-kind pieces in my shop until they sell, but would be better to focus my socials only on the themed collections. I'm assuming you're not making the one-of-a-kinds at all anymore, just what you have left over that you're waiting to sell.
You can totally market your one-of-a-kind pieces. I don't see anything wrong with that.
If you're not going to keep doing them, I wouldn't focus entirely too much effort on that.
Maybe once a week.
Yeah, just to try to get them to
move the product.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're still making them, they're part of your product line.
Yeah.
Either way, even one-of-a-kind products, you can't build a listing quality score for them, but you can add to your customer and marketplace experience score, which is how Etsy sees your shop as a whole. That's why we say it's best to have like a couple one-of-a-kind products and then some products that are replicatable. But in terms of Instagram marketing, no. In fact, I think that it's good social proof to say, hey, I only have one of these. And once it's sold out, it's sold out. It's gone. Because then if somebody goes to your shop and it's not there anymore, they're able to say, oh, crap, this sold out. I should pay better attention. I should make sure that I hurry next time they post a one-of-a-kind piece so it doesn't sell out.
Yeah. And is a good one I'll take most on.
Oh, good. I need a water.
Can you expand the HAA payment plan? No.
It's pre-set up.
Well, yeah, yes, and we're a business, right? We give you the information because we want you guys to succeed. We still run a business. We still have to eat. We have taxes to pay. We have a kid to take care of. We have a house payment to pay. We're a business, right? We do our best to provide the value of the course to you. We do our one-time payment plan, and we have our 6-month payment plan. 6-month payment plan is already pretty far out there for what it is. And the further out you go, the higher the refund and cancellation rate gets.
There's always the buttheads who just go in and download all the material and run.
Yes. The cancellation rate for 6-month payment plans is normally around 10%. And not to humble brag at all, our cancellation rate is less than 5% on most given years because the material actually works for most people.
Yeah, the industry standard is 10%.
Yeah, the industry standard and what usually happens is around 10%. Our retention rate is a lot better than that. When you go out to 12 months, it is an exponentially higher cancellation rate because there isn't a year's worth of material there. The chances of you committing to something for a year are so dramatically low that it's not worth it to us to offer that, because at the end of the day, you're giving us a bunch of money that you're not getting a year's worth of content for. Don't get me wrong, there is a ridiculous amount of content in HA, and we're always adding more content. There's, just the standard video content, it's 16 and a half hours?
Before re-record.
Before re-record, which will probably be more than that.
But
that's a lot of content.
We're currently, we have tons of bonuses. You get lifetime support to us. You get the Facebook group. You get the alumni, which is all great. And and most alphas, like those of you who come here every week and you are like, yes, we love this content. You're not the ones we worry about. But there are the buttheads who stumble across us on Google and they're like, oh, I don't give a crap about these people. I just want this content. And
which means there's a lot more people signing up. We would have a lot more people sign up if we did a year, but we would have probably somewhere upwards of 25 to 30% cancellation rates. And that's a huge, huge hassle, especially when you start getting into things like taxes, where I have to say, yeah, I made this money. Because as soon as you start paying us, it shows on the tax form. They're submitting. Even if you refund, it's still that I made that money. And then we have to submit that you canceled. We have to keep proof that you canceled. It becomes a huge hassle. And it's not fair to everybody else that we're having to drag our attention away from the people that really, really, really want to get into it to the people that we're struggling to pay to begin with. So what we always say is, if you can't afford the plan, please don't take out a loan to take HAA. Don't sell your car. Don't take out a second mortgage on your house. We don't want that. It's $1,000 if you pay up front. If you're on the email list and you get the discount, it's $1,000 up front. It's $1,200 if you do the payment plan.
For 6 months.
For 6 months, yes. If you pay off the payment plan, or if you can pay off the payment plan before the 4th month, so like you make 2 payments and you're good by like the 3rd or the beginning of the 4th, I will let you make the 4th and 5th month payment, or the 3rd, 4th, and 5th month payment. I'll cut off the 6-month payment. I won't make you pay the extra $200 because it's a convenience fee. I'm having to keep track of you for 6 solid months. If I don't have to keep track of you anymore, there's no longer a reason to make you pay the extra money. So it's $1,000 if you're on the discount. What I would say, if you can't afford HAA, or you think you can't afford HAA, which I will stop your payment plans at any time. I won't refund you after the 30 days, but I will stop if you have an emergency.
We're happy to do that.
And I've done it. There are probably even a couple of people here who have had me do it for them. Save the money that you would save for the payment plan or the 12-month. If you're thinking that you need to save for a year, put it in a separate account that you don't touch, savings account, whatever. And if you can get through the 6-month or the year, then you've saved yourself $200 not having to go on a payment plan, and you're not going to struggle. You now know that you didn't need to use that money and you can afford it. We're going to be here. We're launching in June. We're going to launch again in December. It probably indefinitely. We'll be adding more courses in the far future. We're currently redoing the course now. So there's not TLDR. No, we're not going to add a 12-month payment plan because it's not worth it for you and it's not worth it for us.
Because then we'll have to charge a little bit more for that one as well. You know, every time you go up a payment plan, we have to pay.
I have to keep track of you.
Well, we also have to pay the transaction fees.
There's all the there's a fee every time somebody makes a payment.
Right.
It ends up being less and less and less money to us every time. So yeah, but it also starts to run over. Like, people will still be paying on the payment plans when the next course launch happens, and then even into the following years. It's so much to keep. It's just us. We have no employees. No. It literally is just us, and then an accountant that I give my stuff to at the end of the year. It's not even an all-year accountant. I do the accounting for us.
You will never find a coach that is this transparent.
Yes, but we love you guys. We want to be totally serious, and I know there's probably a few of you here from Facebook we were talking about. There's a lot of scammy, crappy coaches out there.
Oh my God.
We've worked with scammy, crappy coaches. We have taken scammy, crappy courses. We don't want to be those people. So if I have to tell you no, I can't extend it out, save your money until December, get it in December. It makes a great Christmas present.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people whose spouses buy it for them for Christmas. They buy it, they treat themselves for Christmas. And if you can save that money for 6 months, then there's no struggle, there's no hassle, and you save a couple $100. But anyway, onto the questions, because there's like 100 of them.
Let's do it.
If you have any other actual specific HAA questions that we haven't answered, feel free to ask them down below. We'll try to get to them. I
need to start an Apple account. I don't know.
Nah, avoid Apple like the plague.
No, Instagram. Because I told them to replace it with a fruit.
I told you I would forget. Should we be aiming for the most used hashtags or something with a few thousand or 100?
You should combo of both.
Yeah, I like them. I like a mixture because usually the people that are looking for the highest used hashtags aren't also looking for the lowest. And the people that are looking for the lowest aren't using the highest, right? So you're blending the audiences. Use a couple really big ones, use a bunch of medium ones, and then a couple of small ones.
Yeah, I like to just do a balance of them. I test a bunch of different things and experiment. You know, don't be afraid to put a weird one in there.
And it varies from industry to industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have some pro-choice stickers and lost some followers. See, that's the thing. Somebody had talked about, this one here. Is it considered political if you share things like support queer artists with 30% off during Pride?
No, that's not political.
Not necessarily. Here's the thing. You can't please everybody all the time. No matter what, eventually you're going to say something that alienates a group of people. There are a lot of people who are anti-queer. There's a lot of people that are anti-LGBTQ+. There's a lot of people that are anti-pro-choice. Eventually you're going to do something that's going to upset some people. Sometimes your beliefs systems have to be strong enough that you're okay with that. If you want your brand to be a part of that message, then there's no way to get around that. And there's nothing wrong with having a brand that supports a message, right?
And I mean, obviously our alphas do. I'm sure that you guys have seen every Pride Month we do a big. We just did it for Trans Day of Visibility as well. But
we meant more specifically political, not a message, not a movement. We're talking about this is the person I support, screw the other side.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Because small movements offend a lot less people than big movements, right? Things like LGBTQ+, something like 75% of the country supports it. And pro-choice, most people are pro-choice when you look at statistics. So don't be afraid to upset a smaller group of people.
It's just when things are split down the middle, half and half.
Like a full political party that is literally half of the country and the other half of the country.
Or if it's a petty argument, kind of political.
It's so silly.
Political arguments are more petty than, I want to support human rights and I think that, I
right.
Yeah, it gets to the point where human rights are different than arguing about a political leader. That's where things get.
Yeah, it's a little silly.
You know what I mean?
Because you're removing the personal brand attachment and you're starting to make it entirely personal attachment.
Right. We're supporting other people and showing love for a group of people or a minority. That's different because that's a positive message. You're spreading some love. Make sure your brand is about love. No matter what you sell, your brand should be about love.
Unless your message is about hate. I guess if you're then I guess make it as hateful as you can make it.
What brand is all about hate?
Really extreme BDSM sellers?
I guess.
I don't know.
Probably. That's about love, right?
Sometimes. Sadomasochism isn't really whatever. Anyway, when you plan out your posts, do you include your hashtags at that time? Also, would you use hashtags that are trending or popular but doesn't have anything to do with your product?
No, don't use hashtags that aren't related to. I mean, you can use popular hashtags that are related to your target audience. But I would make sure that you're recognizing what they are. For example, if you create boho home decor, I would use a bunch of trendy boho hashtags that don't necessarily have to do with your exact product. I do plan out my hashtags when I schedule my products or when I schedule my posts. It makes it a lot easier because then I don't forget that, okay, I've already done this combo. Now I just need to mix things up. And it allows me to sit and look at them all and say, okay, I need to scramble these up a little bit. I'll remove a couple, add a couple into this one. This one, I'll change, the topic. Maybe these were about social media marketing. I'll switch these over to Etsy SEO. It does help your content planning to do it in advance.
Ritesh said, what happened? Well, I mean, the Big Bang to now or since the start of the video?
When a mommy and daddy love each other very much.
Read Neil deGrasse Tyson's Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. That'll tell you what happened. My biggest issue is figuring out the best setups to record myself to make reels. Dude, I tell you what. I use a camera, not a fancy cell, so it takes forever to make one reel for this old lady. Next time you upgrade your phone to something you can make your reels with. That'd be my best suggestion.
This is the best business investment.
Phones are expensive, and they can do 99% of the work that a camera in your computer can
This
do.
is a
So,
business write-off for me. I write off a very large percentage.
Yeah.
What percent of this do I write off?
yours we write off, I want to say it's 75%. Mine we write off 50.
75% of my phone.
And the phone bill.
And the phone bill.
Yep. Boo. I started using Google Analytics after your suggestions. It's very good, but I'm not seeing any traffic from Instas or social. I can't see the social section in Google Analytics even if I try it myself.
Very interesting. I don't have an answer for you on that right now,
We'll take a look at it.
but let me look more into it.
Google Analytics is a beast.
It could be.
It is a complicated beast.
Could mean that you're not sending any traffic from your Instagram. Are you sure you're actually doing what you're trying to do? Maybe you need to experiment with it by making some type of post that, draws people to your Etsy shop just to see.
Is it better to put the captions in the description or as a separate comment?
Description.
The separate comments don't register like that.
Yeah, not anymore. That used to be like, see.
Post it, pin it.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you use for scheduling your social media posts? That's a good one.
I use the Later app. I did a video, a Friday Bean episode on it a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what it was called. Something about how I scheduled like 40 something posts. I think it was more than that. Oh goodness. Can you go to my feed?
Your what feed?
YouTube. Can you just click on my channel real quick? Right quick. And then go to my videos.
Sorry, we're streaming, so it's very slow.
It's fine. And then just scroll down and scroll down and scroll down. And
all right, let's hurry this up.
And then scroll down and keep scrolling and keep scrolling and automate your social.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, 145. I knew that it was 45 something. 145. This Friday Bean episode will talk about how I scheduled out 145 unique pieces of content across multiple social media platforms in a day. So definitely watch that. But I use Later. I get asked all the time, what's better, Later, Tailwind, Hootsuite, yada, yada. None of them are better than the other. You just need to make sure that they support the platforms that you want to post to. On Later, you can do Facebook and Instagram, which I don't recommend using the scheduler. I use the Facebook Business Suite for those. And then I schedule with Later to LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and you can also schedule to TikTok. But those were the platforms I wanted to post to, so it made sense that was the one I chose.
Rob said, planning a video called The Naked Woodworker, nothing but a hat, apron, and a smile.
That's perfect.
There are a ton of women who are influencers who cook in only an apron.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll work. Man to man, shave your shoulders, bro. I know it's been a while. You said you're 60 in here. I know by the time I'm 60, I'm not going to shave my shoulders anymore. Trim your shoulders before you do that video, please. Everyone will thank you.
Trim your shoulders.
Trim your shoulders.
Poor Rob might not have hairy shoulders.
I'm a barbarian.
We have this thing where when we see hairy shoulders, we're like, hairy shoulders.
Like hairy shoulders.
It's just shoulders.
Just the shoulders. Like get it. You could even get like, that's what I do. Elbow to shoulder.
Now, what I like, and I'm sure all the ladies and possibly some guys in the comments will agree, that the dad hand where you get that little bit of hair like coming off on the thumb.
Right here.
That's I like that. Thumb. I like a little bit of hair.
Now there's a lot of girls here probably like the totally hairless baby bodies.
No.
Yeah, it's yucky.
No.
It's yucky.
No. There's none of you in the comments, right? No hairless baby smooth skin.
Right. I have an illustration of pomegranate.
Instagram.
Yeah, I'm aware. A Riverwood Forest Instagram and a Renaissance Writer Instagram. I post all art I create on my illustration account and only products on others. I post my stuff if they're relevant on my business accounts too. In your opinion, is my illustration page okay with a little bit all over since it covers my work, gardening, bunnies?
Yeah, because it all kind of plays into your art style. Your art style is very specific and the elements of your life play in, but I would make sure that you're using some consistent keywords. I would try to figure out what your main keywords are, whether it be nature, animals, yada, yada. Make sure that you're tying those in both into the personal posts and the business posts. That way, at least Instagram's able to see what you want to be known for. I would pick like 4 keywords that you can try to use consistently in every single post. That way Instagram knows that you want to be known for those 4 things.
Should our feed be uniform with the same style of photos lining up in neat little rows, or does that make it boring?
I like it. I've seen accounts succeed both ways. So I think it just depends on your target audience. You could totally look at what your competitors are doing and maybe try to replicate their process a little bit. If you notice that they all have very aesthetically pleasing feeds, maybe you should too. But honestly, I don't plan out the way that my grid looks ahead of time. Maybe I should. Maybe it'll look better if I did. But I do stick to a cohesive color palette. I make sure that I use our red, our yellow, and our blue a lot. So I think it's just up to you. You could test it both ways. You could try it out and see if you notice better engagement, but it's up to you. Just depends on how you want your brand to be displayed. As long as your feed is aesthetically pleasing, I don't know if it needs to necessarily have that perfect pattern grid like a lot of people do.
Do I really need to do reels to be successful on Instagram? I mean, technically no, but it definitely helps.
Instagram reels are what Instagram CEO says are the best way to grow your account.
Right out of his actual mouth, not like a guess.
Yeah, the reason why is because nobody sees what you post to your feed organically in search anywhere. Sometimes you can get hit in the explore. Sometimes if they're following a specific hashtag, you'll pop up. But it's very unlikely that you're going to be discovered by people who aren't already following you by posting to your feed or your stories. But reels are shown to people who don't already follow you. They are like a hook, line, and sinker into a pond of your target audience that don't already follow you. One of the big things that I see you guys doing a lot, though, is you don't put a call to action at the end of your reels. And then people just scroll to the next one. Put follow me for more. Follow me for ideas. Visit my shop. Click my link in bio. Open my caption for more details. I would make sure that you also have a call to action at the end. But long story short, no. But if I told you that there was buried treasure in your backyard right now, how much time and effort would you put into going and finding it? Probably a lot. So if I told you that growing your Instagram would be a lot easier if you did reels, might be worth trying.
Do you just interact with your followers or others?
Both.
Yeah, we'll comment on other people's stuff. We'll like other people's stuff. It's good for your engagement.
Yeah, you can totally comment on things
You got to make Instagram realize that, because Instagram wants people to use, not just post, right? So you got to use the platform in every way that you can. Yeah,
we'll go through and comment on people who don't already follow us. I believe that you're like the magic formula that everybody says is comment on 5 posts from people who follow you and 5 posts from people who don't follow you, who are in your target market a day. That's like, I don't do that, but I do try to comment on people's posts whenever I can.
Are there benefits to having a cohesive aesthetic to your feed, such as a consistent look using Lightroom presets?
Oh,
I think so.
Absolutely.
Go over to 𝔬𝕗𝕚𝕚𝕚. I posted them, ℂ𝕠𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. Check out their Instagram.
Bookish box.
Yeah. 𝔬𝕗𝕚𝕚 specifically to me, because I like all the nature stuff. Like scrolling through their feed is like braingasm. It's so beautiful. Satisfying to scroll through their feed.
Yeah. We should have screen shared today.
Oh, yeah, we should.
We could have showed them.
Yeah, especially because I've got just freaking... I literally just do that. Pull up an Instagram feed. I heard you don't have to worry about looking like spam because the algorithm will take care of that for you. For the most part.
Well, yeah,
it's not going to show 6 of your posts in a row, even if you post them like simultaneously.
Yeah, and I will say that Instagram is updating their platform to have a feed that is chronological, which will be nice. I really hate that our posts, like I'll see posts from 3 days ago. Anytime I see like holiday posts from people, it's always like 3 days after the holiday has already passed. So that's why stories are so important, because stories are at least in order, and a lot of people will just sit and watch all of the stories.
Is it spamming if you talk about your business and products on your personal profile? I mean, honestly, if you're splitting your profiles between business and personal, then it doesn't matter either way.
No, it's it becomes a part of you. Would you talk about it with your friends? If you were going out for coffee with your friends, would you talk about your business? That's what you're sharing with people who are, I mean, it's your personal profile. Those are your friends. Are they the type who think that you're just bragging on yourself? Then maybe you just need better friends. I only talk about business stuff on my personal profile. I talk about my book. I talk about my pets. I talk about my business. And that is my personality. And that's what everybody knows about me. That's what I want to show to the world. So
Question: any experience with real bonuses? I was offered it this month and was wondering others' experiences.
Real bonuses.
Real bonuses. I've not.
Real bonuses.
Not heard of that.
Can you reiterate a little bit? Never heard of it.
Dulcie said only 10 minutes. JK, or maybe not. 10 is perfect. It leaves you 9 to cuddle.
Top rated Etsy coaches, ladies and gentlemen.
Top rated. Number 1 Etsy coaches on the planet. Self-appointed.
Self-appointed.
See. More good tips. Business, personal, consumer usage time. No.
Yes.
I usually do engage on Instagram when I'm on the toilet, or when I used to work in the office. I also did it on the way back to and back from the toilet. Yeah. Do. Avocado. Which platform is that? I know Pineapple, Facebook, and Insta. What's avocado? OnlyFans?
All right.
AHA. It's HAA. Is the material available lifetime? It's available as long as the website is available.
If we die...
Our lifetime, yes.
If we die, I don't know if... We need to, like, give it to Amber if we die. We need to, like, put it in the will that Amber gets HAA if we die.
Something.
I trust Amber to run it right. So if we die...
as of right now, unless things change, Amber will take over for us.
We'll give it to Amber. That way it will continue running. But you get lifetime access. You get lifetime access to us. You get our private email addresses. So you can email us if you need help. You get lifetime access to the Facebook Student Campus. That's only for students.
A good portion of our successful students, just said, I feel like I won't have enough time right off the bat. A good portion of our successful students make it to like module 5 or 6 and then get busy to the point that they can't keep up with it, and they come back and finish it later. Yeah. So no, you're fine. And joining this time around, probably best opportunity too, because we're literally in the thralls of redoing the whole frickin' thing. Because we were a lot younger and we've learned a lot, and a lot of things have been updated. But we do our best to keep things as updated as humanly possible.
Yeah, I'm updating the whole thing in 4K quality content. A lot of students will join and they'll need to wait a couple months to start, and you can do that too. It's self-paced. You start whenever you want.
I feel like that's a lot of our December people that want to buy it before they spend all their money on like Christmas presents and stuff, so they know that they have it. New Year's resolution, like they'll start at the beginning of the year because they're too busy throughout the holidays.
However, for those of you who want to have, like, I know that a lot of you see, especially if you've been in the community for a while, you see alphas post about their crazy Black Fridays. Oh, I had a 6-figure, Black Friday weekend, yada, yada. And a lot of you get really, really upset because you're like, well, why didn't I make any sales? A lot of those alphas are the ones who joined HAA in June, because if you join in June and you start in June and you put an hour in every day, in fact, you could take weekends off, an hour in every weekday. You could get the course finished by the time the holiday rush rolls around and be ready for the big Black Friday sales event. Like if you want to optimize for the holiday and have a fantastic holiday season, then June's the one you want to join. June's the one where you want to get in and start working. But you're not obligated to start right if you've got things going on, if you're going on vacation, start whenever you want. It's always there. You own it. It belongs to you.
You own it.
You own it.
You own an account on it.
That's true.
It's kind of like buying a movie on Amazon Prime. If they want to cancel your account, they can, and they don't have to give you their stuff. But we won't do that.
We don't do that
unless we die, and then it's out of.
And then it's Amber's.
And then it's Amber's, and she can do what she wants. I'm having trouble doing hashtag research. I market to new moms with babies, and a lot of the accounts are private, and competitors seem to use tags for and get comments from other makers.
I doubt that all new moms with babies have private accounts. So what I would do is start looking at influencers who have babies. Influencers with new babies might be a really good place to kind of start sorting through, because they're going to be top tier moms. You've got your moms with new babies, but then you've got those top level moms with new babies that all of the lower level moms with new babies, they look up at these moms and they're like, oh my God, they're so perfect. Why can't I be this organized? Maybe the top tier moms is where you should start, because those influencers, they've already done all the target market research to appeal to these moms. So they are holding the gold mine in their hand, and all you have to do is start picking from it and plucking the pieces from it that you can use for your business. It's just finding those influencers. So, and celebrities. You could even go through some celebrities. I would find just one new mom influencer and then go into their comments and start taking accounts from their comment section for your target market research, because it's likely going to be women like those moms who are also commenting.
All right, let's try to it's 1:20. We're going to try to lightning round through these because there are a lot. We have a lot to get through. No, I'm hungry. I am starving. Would you charge like $2 to $3 more for a product you have yet to make versus a ready to sell product so that your completed products sell first? I sell based on the quality of the product. Yeah. Made to order versus ready to sell. No. It's not gonna I mean, $2 to $3 isn't gonna stop somebody from buying something that isn't already made, especially if they don't know it's not already.
Not to mention, I'm probably gonna go for the product. If I have a choice and the product that's gonna ship way later is more expensive, I might just buy the product that's cheaper so I can get it sooner. I think that it just depends on if that product takes you more time. If it's one of a kind, definitely make that more expensive. If it's custom, that could totally cost more. But if it's just you've chosen to not have a backlog of these products, you've chosen to do it made to order, then that's more of how you've decided to run your business. I don't feel like that justifies the cost of the product being more, because that's your choice to run your business that way. That's just me.
Before I joined HAA, I was trying to decide if I should go on HAA's or RC's program that she used to promote. I'm so glad I chose HAA. I have no regrets at all. The power of the dark side.
We love to hear all of your success stories, and I know that it can get it gets confusing when I know that some of you go looking for the bad reviews of HAA, and
we really don't have any yet.
I know that it feels super suspicious that everybody talks so highly of it because you want to think that there's bad reviews out there, but we really do try to take care of everybody, even when emergencies pop up, that we don't have any bad reviews.
The only thing really that we get close to negative criticism is that it costs a lot. And if you see the material, the binder of the original, it's like Bible print, thick. It's a lot of stuff.
Our course is expensive to run.
It's very expensive to run.
Our Vimeo account is $600 that we have to pay for just to host the videos. We have to run the website, the membership system.
Let alone accounting for time if we were to be paid per hour.
We buy you guys all E-Rank Pro. We pay for that.
Out of pocket.
Yeah.
Kitty needs to go pee.
It's worth it.
Somebody said they replied to you earlier about Canva explanation. Probably got lost in the feed. I didn't see it.
That was the comment about the Canva video or the Canva post losing followers.
Find the next one. I gotta go let the cat down before she pees on the couch.
Okay. Let's see. I started an account, personal plants and natural pictures, but with similar dark, moody theme. It stands out like a sore thumb, and I grew it pretty fast with networking. But even though it was personal, in order to learn the ropes, it took a lot of effort and time. Is this normal or just in the beginning of starting an avocado account? Social media growth is a slow burn. It speeds up the more that you get people engaging with your content, because then Instagram knows a little bit more about the type of people that you want to, have. Really, like I said before, our Instagram CEO gave us the magic solution. He said that I think it's 5 to 7 reels a week is the best way to grow your account. And I don't do that many. I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 reels a week. But every time I do, I get a butt ton of new followers. So it does work. It's just, it is time consuming.
Start an account.
I did that.
Yeah, you did that one. Okay.
I did the other one too. Yep.
There's a great Etsy shop that sells skull toilet bowl cleaners that hex the souls from your enemies as you toss them in the toilet. They're all organic and super cute.
Oh, so that's the business of hate.
Ah, yes.
That one.
Hate.
There was one under that.
This one?
Yeah.
This was curious, so I looked up 49% consider them pro-choice and 47%. There's also what you would consider a hate bias, where people are afraid to be disliked for their opinions, so they will choose the other side for the sake of making everyone else happy. Thing is, when it comes to most progressive things, something like 60 or 70% of people are progressive, but they're afraid of the people that aren't progressive around them.
That's true. Family, influence, a spouse.
It's the same thing when you talk about people LGBTQ plus, like pre-2000, when people were afraid to come out because their entire families would kick them out, like entire communities would oust them and not let them back. Same kind of principle.
Yay
Anyway,
for our childhoods.
I'm glad we've all grown up a little bit.
Man, going and talking at my high school last week, that was an experience.
That was interesting.
Because it was like, it was so much friendlier. Like, the kids were so friendly. Like, my school, it was like, I got like beat up and got threats. And I mean, I'm sure it still exists, but it was a much more welcoming.
90s was fun. It was. MySpace was so much better than Facebook.
You could deck out your profile.
Exactly. I'm realizing that my market is not what I thought or had been targeting. It's more like 45 to 60 women versus the younger crowd I thought I hit.
Happened to me.
Yep. I'm not sure what my USP is to them or how to target them online.
Well, you've already got them. You have them. You know who they are. You need to start digging into their profiles and learning a little bit more about them, or posting in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community. I know you're a member. Post in there and post some of your products and maybe get some opinions from alphas that are in your target audience. That would be a good place to start. I'm sure that there are alphas who would love to help.
How do you decide which hashtags to try? So many when researching. How do you choose? I think we kind of covered this earlier. We try to find a mix of hashtags that are used a lot, hashtags that are kind of in the middle somewhere, and then a couple of hashtags that have like a couple hundred or a couple thousand.
Don't think super hard about it. Every post is an opportunity to stick some new hashtags in there. I don't put that much thought into them. I just type in, a couple words or a couple letters related to what I'm about to, search. If it's like, if you're searching for boho home decor, just type in boho, look at the list that populates up on Instagram and just start selecting a bunch of them. I mean, really, that's about as much thought I put into it. I just grab as many as I can. I think that 30 is the limit for Instagram.
I found out the tag boho was on a shadow banned list. I'm really not surprised, to be honest with you. A lot of people associate it with drug culture.
You could Google shadow banned hashtags for Instagram.
I wish there was one place to get like a cohesive thing of them, because I think they removed that. Yeah, that's the thing, is that like, new banned terms for 2020. It's really hard to find which ones are and aren't.
Yeah, just Google shadow banned hashtags 2022 Instagram and you'll get a big list of whatever the new ones are. Some of them are ridiculous, but
yeah, some of them are pretty silly. It's just because they're associated with something you couldn't possibly think that term would be associated with.
Yeah.
Okay, I was watching another Insta YouTube info channel, and they said that the hashtags are not as relevant anymore. Apparently, some change they made. Thoughts?
They're not as relevant.
They're not, but you can still use them, so why not?
Yeah, they're not as relevant. Doesn't mean that they're not relevant. The reason that they're not as relevant is Reels are taking up that place in the feed where you're scrolling. Have you ever scrolled through your Instagram feed and a reel popped up from somebody that you're not following? That's how Instagram recommends different accounts to different people. It's not as much for hashtags unless somebody is following that specific hashtag or they're clicking on hashtags, which most people don't do. Do you go to somebody's hashtags and click on them to see what posts pop up? I don't. That's why we keep saying Reels are the way to go. But should you still use hashtags? Yeah. Use if you're given an opportunity, if you're handed a lottery ticket, it's probably not going to win, but you're still going to scratch it off. You're not going to throw it in the trash, Scratch off every lottery ticket that you can.
Jennifer said my hashtag apps flag potentially banned ones.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
That's neat. Cynthia said, mine is pushing animal rights, end puppy mills, and support Goldie Act, starting a dog-themed Etsy. Is it spammy to link the information on those in my link tree? No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
No, I mean, we usually post the wolf sanctuary. Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine because it ties into your brand. That's perfect.
Anybody know if the ban on flat-faced dogs went through in the UK? I don't know if anybody saw that they were trying to ban the breeding of animals that have breathing troubles because they shouldn't exist.
Yeah, pugs.
Things.
and animals dog breeds that must be born via cesarean. Like, I think Frenchies have to all be born.
It's like a
cesarean.
cruelty ban kind of thing.
Yeah.
What do you use to create reels?
I recommend the app called CapCut. It is completely free. No paid anything. It is just free. CAPCUT. And it's a lot of fun. And you're able to export your videos in 4K. So CapCut. I make all of my reels in CapCut now. I used to do Canva. You can do reels in Canva. Most of you who already know how to use Canva, or you want to make your reels on desktop, use Canva. But if you want to just do it from your phone, I recommend using CapCut.
All the love for hair.
No hair on shoulders. I love chest hair, hand hair. Ooh, yeah.
Hairy chest, belly, legs, yes. Hairy shoulders and back, no. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, I got a hairy back too. I'm like a lumberjack.
He's a bear.
I am a bear. My husband is Asian. He's smooth like a dolphin. I wouldn't know. I've been like a lumberjack since I was 16 and getting worse. They do hide it if you. I think if you can sign up, you can select it. But it makes you think you're going to have to pay until you get to choosing which plan you want. I don't know what they're referring to.
We had to been talking about an app.
Yeah. Just jumping in, so maybe you answered this. How do I find hashtags for my niche? My shop is very much the same.
I would find competitors and members of your target audience and start pillaging their profiles. That's what I do. I will go and I will find a bunch of people who are in my industry. For example, when I was promoting my book, I would find authors who, used hashtags, but I would also find readers, book bloggers, bookstagrammers, book talkers, and I would go into their accounts and start grabbing hashtags from there. And then I just put them all in a big text document, and then I kind of organize them. I put them in rows. So I had one row of, these are all for influencer related hashtags. These are all for, aesthetic hashtags. These are all hashtags related to my specific book genre, science fiction. And I organized them out.
HA question. Do you do sessions like these for any Q&As, either live or do you take questions on Facebook? Occasionally she'll do a live in the group, usually right after launches when people have the most questions. We do a Facebook live.
I always ask them. I always ask the group.
If they feel like they need it.
Yeah. If you feel like you need a live stream with me, let me know. And I will do one, and I will pop into the group, usually on my phone, and usually on a Friday afternoon, Friday or Saturday.
It's usually an hour or two after these. That way you guys have time to get lunch and whatnot. There's also, we have the public Facebook community that you guys are a member of, but for students specifically, we have a campus Facebook page that only HA students are allowed in. Yeah,
and you guys can ask me questions there and tag me in the group. But one thing I'll say is that the opinions of our HAA alumni, people like Amber Marie, they're often more valuable than my opinions.
Because I know that they're in your industry.
Like Tina's in here, and Tina is amazing. Tina is a highly active alpha. We've got Kunal, whose interview is going up this upcoming Sunday. He is insanely helpful. We've got Brian, who is also an E-Rank team member in the group. Mm-hmm. We've got Pam Duthie, who's on the E-Rank team. We've got Debbie from E-Rank in the group. Anthony Wolf is even in the group. There are so many people that are there.
It's an amazing place for if we don't have, because sometimes we don't have the answer. You might have an industry specific question that we have no possible way to answer, like a packaging question or a material question or something like that. And people in there often end up being more valuable than we can be.
Yeah, because
we have HAA. That material's already there. That's what we know. When posting, I mean, we've kind of answered this similarly other places, but when posting, should you use keywords that are similar to the ones in your shop? Not necessarily.
Yeah, it's all about deciding what you want to be known for. And I mean, obviously, if it's something that people are searching for on Etsy, there's going to be a higher likelihood that maybe they're searching for it on Instagram. But I would focus more on keywords that are related to your target market. For example, maybe you have a tie-dye hippie shop. I don't know. And I feel like the words, tie-dye hippie are going to do better than t-shirt for example, because I doubt anybody's on Instagram looking for t-shirt, but they might be looking for like, hippie vibes, hippie influencers, tie-dye weekend. They might be thinking of things like that. So think more about the target audience and less about the item.
All right, we're really going to blast through it now because we have made no progress.
That's fine.
When you do reels, do you post them on your feed too? I always wonder if it's overkill posting my reels also on my feed and stories.
No, post them everywhere, because the thing is, only a percentage of people who follow you are even going to see it in your feed. Post it to both places. Just make sure that when it's if you don't post it in your feed, like when you post a reel, it's already going to be in your feed, unless you select that it's not going to be in your feed. And if you select to not put it in your feed, nobody sees it. I've done that. It doesn't show up. Just make sure that when you're positioning the image that's going to show on your profile for that reel, you get a nice looking cut for that. You can position what the thumbnail, what the cover is going to look like for it, if that makes sense. Just make sure that it fits into how your actual feed looks.
We've already covered this. So I'm just going to skip that.
Okay.
The kind of content we should cover. Should do everything.
Well, no, I actually want to grab
Other than
this.
reels, should we focus on marketing, stories, reels, etc.? We've covered this like 3 times already.
Reels, I believe CEO said 5 to 7 times a week. Feed post, 4 to 5 times per week. Stories, once a day. Live streams, once a week. That's what the CEO says. Do I do that? No. But that's what he says is best for growth. So reels are the most important. Stories, I would say, are next. Feed posts. And then lives. That's the order of importance. Reels are the most important, though.
Let's see here.
Right now they are, at least. So the water is going to just get colder and colder, but the water's really warm right now. Reels are working right now. Jump on this reel bandwagon while it's working, because in a couple
It
months...
eventually won't.
Yeah, that's why TikTok. Remember, TikTok used to be the hot thing. Everybody gets found on TikTok.
TikTok is like barely a thing anymore.
Well, I mean, it's still working very well.
Not
but
compared to frickin' reels.
It's harder to get found on TikTok because more people are using it, which means that it's getting saturated. Reels aren't saturated yet.
No, please don't die. Don't tell me what to do. Mark is on fire today. Yeah, I should probably see a doctor. Yeah, one heck of a trip to Reno. I noticed that when I did daily, I did this for 40 days. Instagram posts that I lost people and barely anyone interacted. Lately, I've been alternating reels and regular posts. Is that lazy or okay? I
think that if you're posting daily and losing people, that's not a bad thing. It's better that you're losing people that aren't relevant. Another reason that you might notice that you're losing people is because bot accounts are following you and then they're getting banned, and which that's also a good thing. I don't focus on follower numbers. I wouldn't worry about that. You posting things, unless you're posting something offensive, I doubt that's the reason you're losing followers. It's probably something completely external. You should do whatever is getting you more followers, though. You shouldn't be losing as many as you're gaining. That's as long as you're not losing as many as you're gaining, then you're fine. You should always be gaining.
How do you find influencers?
That's a tough question. I would start with the Explore tab. Instagram is going to recommend the biggest people, if that makes sense, in the Explore tab. But if you really want to dive deep into influencers, the website favicon.com, FAVIKON.com is another website that will help you find influencers on Instagram related to specific keywords that you type in that they've placed in their bios. So if you wanted to find mommy bloggers, you could just type in mommy blogger. But you could do the same thing on Instagram. If you go to Instagram and you want to target mommy bloggers, type in mommy blogger and you'll get a bunch of mommy bloggers.
Good testimony here. My background was in online marketing and supporting other coaches, and what I used to think was a great course was blown out of the water by HAA.
Oh, that's awesome.
We love you.
HAA, I have taken a lot of courses, guys. And
so have I.
I made a course that's different from all the other courses that I've taken because I wanted it to not only teach you, but I also want it to be fun, because who the heck wants to sit through a 16-hour course if it's not super enjoyable and fun? And it's only getting better because I'm about to re-record it.
No, Was there something wrong with my question, or did you not see it? We didn't see it, or I wouldn't have skipped it. It was about if there was a quicker way to get good pics and content from my laptop to my phone to post on Instagram. There's a few different ways. You could start yourself a Trello, post them from your computer or your phone or wherever to your Trello and download them there. You could do a Google Drive. You could do a Microsoft Drive. You could do OneDrive. You could do send them to yourself in a Facebook message.
That's what I do.
I mean, and if you're doing them from Canva, you can download on any platform that you use Canva on. So,
yeah.
I mean, anything you can email them to yourself.
Yeah.
And whatever you want. Facebook is going to compress your images when you send them through chat. So Facebook's not the best way to do it. You lose a little bit of fidelity, but it's usually not enough that anybody's going to be able to notice unless you're looking on like a 4K monitor or something. And that's like not 99% of people. So
that's the easiest way to do it. Just send them to yourself in a Facebook message. I do that all the time.
Your phone screen is this large.
So
a little bit of fidelity loss isn't going to affect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Do-do-do-do-do. For all you offer, it's cheap compared to other coaches. We actually had a lot of people tell us that during the interviews.
Oh, yeah. We had a bunch of people who were like, you're undercharging.
No, we don't want to charge more. Is it worth the money? Or it is worth the money. The hard work put into it makes it huge. Okay, so lots of good testimonies.
Oh, you guys are sweet.
We're glad you liking the Friday Bean. Good God, Batman. I didn't do reels at all. Just posting 2 pics a day and replying and responding to comments and my planty networkers. I bought a camera with Wi-Fi so I can transfer the phones to my phone or computer. Be careful with that. Ours does the same thing. However, the actual like PPI, the pixels per inch of the image when it transfers them over Wi-Fi, on ours, it's a Sony A7 III. It's like a top of the line camera, and it's like 1/3 the pixels when you transfer them over Wi-Fi via actually taking the SD card out and transferring them. You lose a lot of quality doing that on most cameras. So make sure you're not losing quality when you drag them over.
He said pee-pee.
Shut up.
Did you hear him?
Yeah. Reels are definitely a necessary evil right now. They're paying people for reels if you receive an invite. So now's the best time to do reels.
Is that the thing that someone asked me about earlier?
I think it was that person, actually.
There's an Instagram's about to start an influencer program that's like Patreon, where people can pay like a membership to your Instagram account and you can provide them with extra content. That would be so cool for you guys who do like crochet and patterns and stuff. You could teach people how to do a craft. Oh, that would be so great. You can make a little extra money doing things that you already love to do.
Those of us who haven't done a reel should commit to posting one this weekend. I agree.
Do it. Download CapCut and we'll
do reels, and you'll use the hashtag reel for real. REEL 4 FORREAL. Reel for real. Hashtag reel for real.
Or just hashtag handmade alphas, since I'll see it.
Well, but it's a specific campaign. Use both.
If you guys use hashtag handmade alphas, that's how alphas shop with other alphas. So feel free to use hashtag handmade alphas on Instagram, and alphas can shop.
Few people asking for reel demonstrations, like how to make and post a reel.
Oh, I could add that to my content calendar.
Which of your chats have ideas or instructions on how to do a reel? I just saw it recently.
Which of our chats? We had a video. Go to my Go to my YouTube. My actual just full YouTube channel. You just click on my name and it'll take you to my full page. And then there's a tiny search bar. Just type in reels and it'll pop up. Or go to the normal YouTube search, type in Starla reels, and you'll get all my videos that I've done about reels. They're all Friday beans. I haven't done a short video, but the Friday beans are arguably better because we answer questions and stuff, and you can listen to the questions that we've answered.
Let's see. When you pop into your Etsy guru live late and hear my husband is smooth like a dolphin.
Not my husband.
I am not. I'm
somebody else.
I'm a bear.
Somebody else's husband was smooth like a dolphin.
It's crazy. We're getting to the end here. I had no idea that my comment would lead to discussing body hair. Well,
we love you, Rob.
It does.
Hey, Rob, has your shirt come in yet? I think yours shipped. Let me know.
biggest thing my college SCAD taught us. It was about collaboration, not competition. So that's one of the things that we really push with our Facebook groups, and why you don't see a lot of crappy comments in there. And when you do, those people usually aren't there the next day, is because we don't like that crap. It's all about working together, getting successful. You guys might be competition on the small scale. There's 4 million sellers on Etsy. There are people that are equally competition out there that aren't in HAA. And if you guys work together on things, then you'll be a lot better than those people are. Let's see. The HAA student group is a lot better for questions that you don't want to necessarily ask the whole internet at large. A lot of love in there. Almost worth the cost of HAA.
Oh, Brian, we were just talking about you a minute ago. Were you here for that? For everybody asking about the reel tutorial, just type Starla more reels.
I want to go hide in a cave now. That's where we are. We're in a cave.
This is our cave. See, there's a little alien guy.
How do you make reels for POD items like metal art? Get samples of your things and figure out what to do like you have them in person.
Yeah, you can either purchase samples for yourself from your supplier. You can use your mock-ups and create a reel using the still images. Those do not do as well.
No, they do not.
I know a lot of you have been saying, I've been posting reels every day and it's not doing anything. And then I'll look at your reels and it's just your mock-ups. Those aren't going to do as well, unfortunately, unless you get really creative with them. I've seen some of you get really creative with them though. So I think it's just how much they stand out. But I would say the best method is to order yourself a couple samples from your POD company. If you're using, I guess it depends on who you're shopping through, but most POD companies are going to give you a small discount at least for ordering samples.
Okay. We've already been past that. I think I skipped this one. Does the group have any Jewish men that are observant? I'd like to pick their brains. I have no idea.
That's a very
that
specific
is an extremely specific question.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. We do have quite a few. Our last intake of HAA students, we had quite a few guys join, which is great because we don't. Etsy is primarily women, so it's great to see alphas like Brian and Kunal and Wes and Mike. It's good to see them in the group, and they're all very active and helpful. I love our alpha dudes that hang out. We got some good interviews with some of our alpha dudes on the channel right now.
I have seen your Canva reel video, but have you done one for CapCut?
I haven't. I haven't, but I can make one for you. It'll be a while because I've got my content all planned out, but after HAA is finished launching, I could put that on my schedule. It's not super hard. Like I figured it out in a minute. If you download it and just like start playing with it, you'll figure it out. It's not too bad.
What is the time frame in December that you offer the course? Is it the whole month or just a week or so? It's December 1st to the 10th. We do 10 days twice a year.
Yep. 10 days.
Potentially more as we grow, but as of right now, we do it 10 days twice a year.
It's been open for 4 years now, and it's always been 10 days twice a year.
Yeah. We might switch to 4 times a year, but twice a year is a lot more manageable. Boop, 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 boo. Do, do, do.
Pee-pee.
You're welcome, Marina. Thanks for joining. Do, do, do. I just accepted the Reels bonus. It's made me $1.50 already. Hey, cool.
Awesome.
Charlie had said, when you said losing a lot of quality on Wi-Fi transfers, does that include phone link? Do you know? I have no idea. All I know is that using my camera with their app where you can transfer pictures directly to your phone gallery through Sony's app, it loses a lot of quality that way. Something specific about the amount of pixels that it actually transfers, it loses a lot.
I mean, if you're looking at them and comparing and the photos look fine, then you're fine.
I mean, the difference between a picture taken on a phone and a picture taken on a camera like this, like a picture on a camera like this is like 30 or 40 megabytes for a single picture. That's a lot to move over Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an insane amount, but to not lose any quality without compression, it takes a lot. And it's not worth putting that much into the camera. Most people are going to take it and do it the right way. Dude, phone link is where I can click on the program on my taskbar and I can see a copy of pics from my phone on I have no idea.
Do you use an Apple device?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Best way to do it honestly is just to make yourself a drive or use Trello.
Yeah. Google Drive is easy.
Can I join the Facebook group if I am not a part of ℸ𝕒𝕒? You cannot join the student campus, but you can join the Handmade Alpha Facebook community.
The free one's down below.
Link down below.
That's for everybody, but there are students in there. So if you have questions about ℸ𝕒𝕒, but you only want to ask students, there's currently a thread in the group right now. You're free to post there and say, hey, I would like to talk to past ℸ𝕒𝕒 students. I want to know your experiences with blah, 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 blah. And you're free to do that. I don't care. Our students, I've actually just posted in the student campus saying like, hey, there are a lot of people who are, curious about ℸ𝕒𝕒 and they're going to be commenting in the group. Like I specifically told them, I want you to answer them honestly. Don't
sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it. You talk
the honesty. Some people had said that they hadn't made any progress and that they hadn't made the money back yet. It's fine. It's not going to work for everybody right off the bat.
Well, yeah, because it will work when you have time to do
all of it.
The program. You have to be able to sit and do the program. And obviously that's why we say like we don't guarantee success, because you could enroll and then not ever open the course up and do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's entirely up to your interpretation as well. The course is catered to support 99% of sellers, but at the same time, you have to interpret that information into your work in a way that works for you. It's not just here's a file of all the things you need to do in order to do this and your success. That's not how anything in life works. It's here's this information that you take and you mold it to fit your shop. And we know it works because we've seen hundreds and hundreds of people.
It's like, imagine this. We're all me and Mark and all of you are in a room together and Bob Ross is teaching us how to paint. He's showing us step by step what to do. And we are all following along painting with Bob Ross. All of our paintings are going to look different. Some of them are going to be good. Some of them aren't going to be as good. Bob Ross was an amazing artist. And he's
an amazing teacher.
And he's going to teach us all the same thing. And we're all going to do what he says.
And everyone's picture at the end is going to be different. Some of them are going to not be so great the first time around. But almost everyone in the room could come out with a nice picture. They went through it a couple of times.
Exactly.
A couple of people said that they were Jewish or had family members that were Jewish that you could talk to. So make sure you check the comments if you were the one asking for that, and they could. Somebody had asked, can we join the group if we aren't paying for the course? Is there a fee we could just pay to engage in there? No, because the majority of the content, especially around launch time, is about stuff in the course where people say, hey, I'm taking this module. How can I apply this part to my shop? Are there any other X, Y, and Z shops that have done this before? And how have you done it with yours?
You're just going to be confused.
You're just going to be confused. Not only that, and it would be kind of like a sneak peek into the material because a lot of the material does get posted in the group.
It's a disservice to those who
did pay the full $1,000.
Right. You're not going to
$2,000 for a few people.
You're not going to benefit anything just by being in the. That would be like going to the after school college luncheon when you didn't take the college course. You're not gonna benefit from that. But you can totally join the free group. Free group is linked down below. There's like 10,000 people in there, and
there's a lot of people in there.
Several hundred alphas, and I moderate that too. Me and Mark and our admins Lissa and Dolly and Amber. We all admin that group together. So
no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. This I don't want to take from people who pay for the course. You won't, because you won't join the group.
But we love you.
It's fine. We love you. As soon as you join, you're all in. You get everything. But we have finally reached the end. Holy crap! It's only we need an ℸ𝕒𝕒 space hey.
Space hey.
And every alpha should add one another and relive the old MySpace days of blogs and bulletin boards and fun profiles. I am working on the Discord. I have a bot in there now doing its thing,
Carl?
and Carl. Yeah, I just decided I was going to write a custom script, but Carl bot is just
he's cute,
too easy and convenient. So probably before ℸ𝕒𝕒 launch, if I get the time to do it, we'll have a Discord for everyone to hang out on with all different sections set up. I'm working on set up a not safe for work section for people to be able to go into if they sell in the 18+ industry. That way it's hidden. It's just a matter of setting up. There are like a million frickin' menus to go through when setting up a bot for Discord. So soon, keep an eye out for that.
We had a couple alphas when we mentioned the Discord. They're like, I don't know what that is, and I can't do anything else. I can't add.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's an optional thing.
It's entirely going to be optional, where people can talk with us, and people that are 18+ can post things without worry of getting banned. Though I will say, again, we're using CarlBot, and it's a learning system with this. We've never set up a bot like this. It's got a moderation bot. I don't have it set where it's going to kick anyone for saying anything. It's going to all be moderator based. So you might get temp banned until I can get in there and look at what pervy thing you said in the 18 plus category and make sure that that doesn't happen again. I think I can also quiet it for those particular chats. That way people don't get silenced in those chats. We'll see. Working on figuring it out. It'd be good for a topic to explain Discord to some older folks. If anything, I might just make like a lead page and stick a video on how to use it.
Yeah, it's a forum place where you can talk.
It's a program you can have on your phone, your computer, or whatever. It's basically a chat service. It is, I mean, it's strictly
a chat rooms.
It's chat rooms.
Chat rooms.
It's basically like joining a chat room with a bunch of individual chat rooms within it that you have to agree to terms for. So like the not safe for work chats won't even be visible until you go into the main information chat and select one of the emojis to be approved into it. So no worries. Will the Discord be available for non-students? Yeah, no, it's gonna be fully open. I'll probably make a student specific one. I don't know how to do it. I'm a member of a couple of YouTube channels. Like actually subscribe to a couple of YouTube channels where their paid subscription to YouTube gets you into a specific section of their Discord. I have no idea how to do that, but if I can link that to our website and make students specifically available to have those, then I'll do it. But if not, then it'll just strictly be for everyone. Awesome. But if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I know there's a lot of new people, a lot of people that came over from Facebook. Make sure you subscribe down below. That way you have us in your feed, and click the bell icon if you want to get notified every time we go live, if you have the YouTube app installed on your device of choice.
And keep in mind, we do videos now on Tuesdays. You're going to learn something on Tuesdays. That's where I post tutorials. This last Tuesday was whether or not Etsy SEO is rigged, if it doesn't work anymore, if it's a scam, because a lot of people have been saying that, oh, I'm seeing shops who are ranking like high up in searches and they don't have any good keywords and they don't have any tags. So that video is going to cover that. And then we also have alpha interviews from real HAA students that post on Thursdays and Sundays.
Yes.
So make sure that you go watch Ani's from this last Thursday. It was so good. And then we've got a bunch more. And then we've got one coming this Sunday from Kunal from Eastern Inspirations.
And we do these every Friday, other than on specific holidays, birthdays, things like that. They're always at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. UK. So make sure you're here to check those out.
Please consider doing Brand Planet for the June webinar. Oh my goodness.
We do that for December, though.
Oh, what if we did them both?
God, that's a lot of work.
I know. It's supposed to be Climbing the Mountain is the one that I do in June. I do Climbing the Mountain in June, which is the 7 steps to success on Etsy. And then December is Brand Planet. Brand Planet's everybody's favorite.
Yeah. Somebody said I like Discord. Reminds me of 𝕬𝕚 days. Yeah, 𝕬𝕚 chat was the dopeness. Internet relay chat for any of those unacquainted. But we will see you guys next Friday. Holy crap, it's 2:00, and I'm gonna go get some like tacos or something. I don't know. I'm hungry. Drink some water. Call somebody you love. Go outside. The weather's nice most places right now, and we'll see you next week.